Hi everyone, welcome back sa aking channel. So for today's video, we will answer one problem na nanggaling sa FB group na calculus. So ang sabi niya, help, what's the solution answer to get y double prime or the second derivative? Find the second derivative of the implicit function square root of x plus square root of y equals 25. So pwede natin isolve ito in two ways. Yung isa, isolve natin explicitly, ibig sabihin isolve natin yung y, and then get the second derivative. Yung isa naman ay isosolve natin implicit. So hindi na natin isosolve yung y. Okay? So prove natin na magiging same yung answer nila. Okay, so let's start. So we have square root of x plus square root of y equals 25. Isolve natin yung y. So solve for y. So si square root of x ilipat natin sa kabila. So therefore we have square root of y is equal to 25 minus square root of x. And then solve natin, kailangan y ito. So since naka-square root siya, kunin natin ng square natin both sides. So square both sides, so therefore the left side will become y equals 25 minus square root of x squared. Now get the derivative. So first derivative, so we can apply the derivative of, ayan, power. So we have power, so we have derivative of u to the n with respect to x. So the answer to that is n. Yung exponent, bababa lang dito, u to the n minus 1 times derivative pa na itong base natin, u with respect to x. So let's apply this formula. So therefore, we have first derivative is equal to, put 2 dito sa tabi. So we have 2 times 25 minus square root of x and then subtract 1. 2 minus 1, so we have 1, or there's no need to write the exponent if it is 1. So times the derivative of the base, so we have 25 minus square root of x with respect to x. So we have formula for this, derivative of constant with respect to x, that's equal to 0. And then we have direct formula for the derivative of square root of u. So the direct formula for that is 1 over 2 square root of u times derivative of u with respect to x. So let's apply the two formulas. So therefore we have first derivative is equal to 2 times 25 minus square root of x. Derivative of constant, so that is 0. So 0 na to. And then derivative of negative square root of x is negative. So just substitute x here. So negative 1 over 2 square root of x. Derivative of x with respect to x, that's simply 1. Okay, so let's simplify this so we can cancel the 2. So therefore, we have first derivative y prime is equal to 25 minus square root of x and then multiplied by negative 1 over square root of x, or that's simply negative, nasa denominator na siya, negative square root of x. So now let's just simplify this, distribute the square root of x. So distribute natin. So therefore, we have y prime is equal to negative 25 over square root of x, and then negative square root of x divided by negative square root of x, that's simply positive 1. So for the first term, let's square root of x. So we know that square root of x, that is equal to x raised to 1 half. But x raised to 1 half is in the denominator. So let's put that in the numerator. So the exponent will become negative. So therefore, y prime is equal to negative 25 x raised to negative 1 half. Okay? Plus 1. And now get the second derivative. Y double prime, second derivative is just multiply the exponent to the constant. So negative 25 times negative 1 half. So we have 25 over 2. And then subtract 1 to negative 1 half, negative 1 half, minus 1, that will become negative 3 over 2. The derivative of positive 1 is just 0, so plus 0. So let's just simplify this. So we have negative exponent, so put it back to the denominator so that it will become positive. So therefore, the final answer, y double prime is equal to 25 over 2x raised to 3 over 2. So this is the final answer, the second derivative. Or in radical form, since the original given is square root of x plus square root of y, x raised to 3 over 2, that's the same as x times x raised to 1 half. Because 3 over 2 can be break this as 2 over 2 and then 1/2. And then 2 over 2, that is simply x. Okay, so we can write this in radical form, that is equal to 25 over 2, x raised to 2 over 2, that is 2x, and then square root of x. So these two are the same. Okay, so now let's prove if we use the implicit differentiation, if we will get same answer of 25 over 2 x raised to 3 over 2. Okay, so second solution, use the implicit differentiation. Okay, so let's differentiate the left side and the right side. So we have direct formula for this. So square root of x, derivative of that is 1 over 2 square root of x. Okay, plus square root of y, derivative of that is 1 over 2 square root of y. When we differentiate y with respect to y, it's always followed by y prime. Equals derivative of 25, that is equal to 0. So we have both two in the two terms. We have 1/2. So let's multiply both sides of the equation by 2 to eliminate the constant 2. So therefore, we have 1 over square root of x plus y prime over square root of y equals 0. Now let's solve for y prime. So put 1 over square root of x to the other side. So we have y prime over square root of y is equal to negative 1 over square root of x. So solve for y prime. So just multiply both sides by square root of y or simply cross multiply. Therefore, y prime is equal to negative square root of y over square root of x. So now let's get the second derivative. So let's get the second derivative. We will use the formula, the quotient rule. So we have derivative of u over v with respect to x, that's equal to the denominator v, derivative of the numerator vu prime minus u v prime all over v squared. Okay, so let's apply that formula at the same time. We have direct formula for square root. So derivative of square root of u, we have 1 over 2 square root of u times derivative of u with respect to x. Okay, so let's apply that. So therefore, we have second derivative. So let's isolate the negative sign, negative, and then apply this. So we have the denominator square root of x times derivative of square root of y. Okay, so with respect to x. Minus the square root of y, derivative of square root of x with respect to x, all over v squared. Or all over v squared, that's the same as multiplying that by 1 over v squared. So that's the same. Okay, so the denominator is square root of x squared. Okay, so that's the same. If you divide all by the denominator square or multiply that by the 1 over square root of x squared. Okay, so to make it, para mas simple siyang tingnan. Okay, so second derivative is equal to negative. So direct formula for this is square root of x times formula for derivative of square root of y. We have 1 over 2 square root of y, always followed by y prime. Okay? Minus square root of y, derivative of x, square root of x is 1 over 2 square root of x multiplied by 1 over square root of x squared. So we can simply cancel the square root and the square. So we have times 1 over x. Okay, so let's put the negative sign. Let's put the negative sign here. Okay, so that's the same. Okay, so now let's simplify. Y double prime is equal to square root of x over 2 square root of y. But we have value of y prime. What is the value of y prime? The value of y prime is negative square root of y over square root of x. So kapag second derivative, ganito lagi ang kinakalabasan niyan. Babalik tayo dito sa original mamaya. Okay, so let's substitute this. So the value of y prime is negative square root of y over square root of x minus square root of y over 2 square root of x all multiplied by negative 1 over x. So don't forget the symbol for multiplication. So now let's simplify. So we can by cancellation. So cancel square root of x, cancel square root of y. So therefore, we have the second derivative is negative. What's left is 2 in the denominator. So we have negative 1/2 minus square root of y over 2 square root of x multiplied by negative 1 over x. Okay, so let's now simplify this. We subtract, so make this similar fraction. Para maging similar fraction, we have denominator. For the first is 2, for the second is 2 square root of x. So lagyan natin ng square root of x ito. Lagyan ng square root of x parehas para maging similar na sila. Okay, so similar na yung denominator natin. Ang denominator natin ay 2 square root of x na lang. And then let's distribute now the negative 1 over x. So negative 1 multiplied to this. So we have negative square root of x times negative 1. So that will become square root of x. Negative square root of y times negative 1. That is positive square root of y. And then put x here. So 2 square root of x times x. So magiging final answer na natin. Kung mapapansin nyo, sabi ko nga, babalik kayo lagi dito sa original na given. Square root of x plus square root of y, that is equal to 25. Based dun sa original na given natin. So i-substitute na natin. So therefore, that is equal to 25 over 2 square root of x times x. So pwede natin unahin yung x para hindi nakakalitong tingnan. 2x square root of x. Or, kagaya na siya nung kanina, so using explicit function, ito na yon, 25 over 2x square root of x, or kapag ginawa natin in rational exponent form, ito na yung magiging answer niya. So same ang kinalabasan natin na sagot, 25 over 2x square root of x, gamit ang explicit at implicit function. Okay, so that's all. So thank you for watching. I hope nagustuhan yung explanation ko para sa problem na ito. So kung meron po kayong math question, i-connect nyo lang po sa aking channel, pwede sa aking FB group, or i-DM nyo ako sa aking messenger. So yan, RJ Enseñado. Okay, bye-bye and God bless.